No child should have to face the fear, the pain, and the ordeal of cancer. Since 1994, the Child Cancer Fund has walked side by side with local families, helping them through the challenges of childhood cancer. Established by parents of children with cancer, our devoted focus is the emotional, practical, educational, and financial support for families every step of the way.
December 15th, 2009, Bryce was diagnosed with osteosarcoma. We were at Disney World and he started limping, said he couldn't walk anymore, and my husband and I thought it was very strange that an 8-year-old would need a stroller at Disney World.
His story started in September of last year, 2012. Took him to the hospital. They discovered a mass on his pituitary gland.
We actually found out through eye exam that he had erosions in the back of his head. We found out that Blake had leukemia.
The lump was just irritating her, and within 3 days it went from the size of a pea to the size of a softball. And the ER sent her to Wolfson's right away.
Each year, nearly 100 First Coast children are diagnosed with cancer, many receiving treatment at Nemours Children's Clinic or Wolfson Children's Hospital.
He went to the hospital on September 5th, and he was starting his first round of chemo on October 5th. So literally 30 days had passed to figure out what was going on.
Back in February 1st of 2011, that's when he was free of cancer, and then 3 months later he relapsed all over again. We've been here for almost 6 years with Nemours and Wolfson Children, so we're pretty happy and excited that we're actually doing this not alone, but with people we know and care about.
Cancer remains the #1 disease killer of children, more than genetic anomalies, cystic fibrosis, and AIDS combined. Our core program funds the Child Life Specialist position at Nemours Children's Clinic. Through play, learning, and self-expression, children learn to minimize the stress of treatment. The Advocate works with children and their families, helping them to cope with the often frightening treatment for childhood cancer.
Miss Jolly, she's really fun and she's really nice, and you feel like you've known her for a long time.
Miss Jolly is absolutely wonderful. I love her, especially when she comes in and her voice is like, hello, and you can hear her laughing from like a mile away. So you're like, that's Miss Jolly coming.
Miss Jolly's the best. We'll just talk about our day and talk about how we're doing and everything. She just makes you feel good.
Every time I come into the clinic room, she's always sitting at a table playing with all the cancer kids here. She just cares for every single kid that comes into this room.
Jolly also works with area schools to assist the child's teacher and peers with their understanding of cancer and the treatment process.
And when you went back to school, he was nervous about going back to school, how kids would be, like they'd be rough with him around his port. And she went and talked to the classroom to make him feel more comfortable, which I know he appreciated. I appreciated.
I'm happy I met her here at Nemours.
The Child Cancer Fund maintains a Getting Started Family Handbook for families treated at Nemours Children's Clinic or Wolfson Children's Hospital, developed as a means to educate families about childhood cancer and provide a roadmap as they navigate through the treatment process.
As a father, I just wanted to be prepared, and I dove into it. You just don't know where to start, and that was just such a perfect place to start.
Each fall, the Child Cancer Fund sponsors 32 families for an all-expense-paid family retreat weekend at Camp Boggy Creek. The weekend offers a safe and comfortable setting for families to escape the rigors of treatment, to enjoy life as a family, and to meet others facing similar circumstances.
We all found a way to cope together, and it was that, it was strengthening in itself. And for the kids to see other siblings, for especially the ones that weren't diagnosed, or, for them to have a connection to, hey, what are you going through? Yeah, what's happening with you, because it changed all our lives, and it was a good place to focus.
Whether it's financially securing the position of the Child Life Specialist, providing educational material, a fun-filled weekend at Camp Boggy Creek, or making a house or car payment, The Child Cancer Fund is committed to walking side by side with these brave children and their families. Our programs and services are completely dependent upon the contributions of charitable foundations, corporations, service organizations, and individuals like you. Their courage is our inspiration. There is hope. You can make a meaningful difference in the lives of these children and their families.